First of all, I want you to see my Star Labs t-shirt.
That is amazing.
I just bought at this con, just for you guys.
It's fitting, considering you're about to be the brand new writer for Cyborg.
That's right. I actually already am doing it.
So John, what really influenced you to want to push your next role? So I know you've done Class Act, I know you were part of Kid and Play, you're the creator of that, you've done Static Shock, one of my homages, which was the Spider-Man series. It was one of the best series of the 90s. So what pushes you to want to take on the role for Victor Stone, Cyborg?
Well, I'm still here, and I'm still standing, and I like doing things that are culturally significant.
Yeah.
I like handling characters of color and making them prominent. I did that on Spider-Man. Yeah. And, you know, we brought Blade to the forefront. Probably if we hadn't done him on Spider-Man, he might not have been selected by Avi to turn into a movie.
I totally agree with that.
So, you know, I mean, this is where I live right now. I live in the world of wanting to handle important characters and do important things with them.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, so you're going to take on with Victor Stone, with him being in Detroit. What are some of the things that Victor is going to be going through within this new Rebirth series that he's never gone through before? Or can you give that away?
No, I can actually. I want him to be a black man living in Detroit. You know, I said this, it's funny, I said this, listen, I was handed a character who is black and is living in Detroit. Yeah. And at WonderCon, when I did the first round of press, I said, hey, you know, I want to really investigate what it's like being a black man living in Detroit. Now, if I had taken over Batman and I had said, I'm dealing with a multi-billionaire living in Gotham and I want to really explore that, everybody would have gone, oh, yeah, right, good. But the minute I said black, you know, there's a certain percentage of fans that kind of freaked out, like maybe I was going to suddenly turn Victor into Malcolm X or something like that. No, he's a black man living in Detroit, and there are certain realities that come along with that. And if you're trying to be a good writer and you're trying to bring a character to life in a significant way, you have to explore who he is and what he is and what that means in the current social tableau.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unavoidable. For me, not to deal with it would be just stupid and bad writing.
Yeah.
So we're going to find out what it's like, you know, being a guy who is a black guy living in Detroit, but is also a superhero and has a bit of an edge and has an obligation to his world and his people and his community and his friends. So I'm going to build up a group of new characters who are his friends, who are somewhat of the city, and you know, hopefully bring a new perspective to this very familiar, very well-loved character.
That's amazing. So, just I guess real quick, so now that you are taking on the role of this character and you're going to be pushing him to the envelope, you've done before with Static Shock a lot of different episodes that are really controversial. I mean, even when I look at like the new Spider-Man, Miles Morales, he's dealing with a lot of specific things as far as his culture, as far as with his race. With this character, what's some of the influence from before, different shows and different movies that you've worked on as far as scripting, are you going to take and push into this comic in general, or just as a team, the team that you're working on for Cyborg?
Say the last part again?
So in terms of like with this story, and all the things that are going on in the world right now, and just in comics in general, from your experience before as being like a writer, what are your influences going to be pulled from as far as, I guess, your personal history or as far as your biography, or just looking at the world in general from you personally?
Well, first of all, I'm a troublemaker. I look fairly benign, and some people mistakenly think I'm a nice guy, but I'm a horrible troublemaker. I love to stir things up, and I want to continue to do that. I want to shake up the world of Cyborg. Definitely, I'm injecting some of myself into it. You know, I've been a minority for all of my life. I think that perspective gives me a unique approach to this character. You're definitely going to feel that a little bit in the writing. I'm sorry, I can't help it. But no, I love to stir things up. You know, I love to shake up the status quo. There's no point in just writing a superhero comic. There are a million superhero comics out there. If I'm going to do this, I'm going to bring my perspective to it and make it, you know, really kind of cutting edge and really, really good. I've done that with everything before. I did it with Spider-Man. I put so many characters of color in Spider-Man that we got nominated for an NAACP award, Image Award. I did it in Static Shock. I'm going to do it here. And like all those previous jobs, they'll end up throwing me out the window. But what the hell? That's what I'm here for. You know, I'm still standing, so let's go for it.
Yes, that's awesome. So thank you for your time, John. Where can everybody follow you? You on Twitter? Are you on Facebook or anything?
I am on Twitter. I hate Twitter because, as you can tell, I'm very long-winded. So there's nothing I have to say that I can say in that small number of characters. I'm very much on Facebook. I'm John Semper. And I also have a page devoted to my work, John Semper Jr., writer-producer. And then I have a page devoted to Spider-Man called Spider-Man the Animated Series, moderated by producer John Semper Jr. So you can find me. You can find me. Just type my name into any of those engines and you'll find me.
Thank you for your time, John. It's awesome.
Thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
Thank you for having me. Bye-bye.